The other thing I was wondering about, we just had SMS in here. We were talking about the new dozers by Komatsu and some of the safety features that go, which sort of brings me to the question of the technology around safety.
Yeah.
How much has that changed?
Yeah, innovation is a big thing, right? And our key focus is separating our people from the hazardous energy. And we work in mining. We got falls of ground. We got equipment. Explosives, things like that. What can we do to move people away from the harm? And the some of the equipment manufacturers do an incredible job on doing that. And we like to work collaboratively with them to give them the input of the operators and the maintenance people, because ultimately, if they could do a good job, our people are going to be an advantage. And I think the other part of that comes in, and it's how we select our methodology. Okay, so a scope of work comes out, and this is the scope of work you have to perform. It could be shotcreting in a raise, something like that, right? Well, the quickest and cheapest way might be to put two people in that raise handling a shotcrete hose.
Yeah.
The best option might be to use a robotic arm or something like that. So if there's a problem with that hose and high pressure and there's a burst, nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Right. But as soon as you got people literally with their hands on drills and high energy hoses, things like that. So you could do a ton with the methodology and how you want to achieve that.
Is that hard? Does that require quite a bit of investment though, as a contractor to get in as these different sites are coming along? It's sort of you're adapting as you go a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And different clients are going to have different priorities, right? Sometimes the cheapest, fastest bid will be the successful one. But going that route isn't always the best thing to do, right? It's you're setting people up to potentially get hurt.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's worthwhile spending a bit more money, doing it the right way to protect people's health and safety.
How do you sort of sift? There's lots of options out there. How do you sort of put together? I know this is now getting a little bit of a micro conversation, but if you're looking at a project, do you map all, like, before you even land on the site? Is that all mapped out? What kind of, like, if you're using a robotic arm, is that all implemented, or is some of that evolving as the project goes?
So ideally, you do as much of it as you can on the front end, because in order to put in your proposal, it needs to be based on your methodology, how you're going to execute the work. But by all means, we can't necessarily just go into a project and say, this is how we're doing it, and not adapt.
Yeah.
Right? Ground conditions can change. The quality of the people you have could change. There could be new innovations that come out, right? So you always got to be open to that kind of continuous improvement mindset.